I don't know. What kind of appetizer?
I don't care. Just anything. Dick's gonna bring some potatoes, Katie's gonna bring a
You
salad.
know, maybe what I'll do is get some of those little smoky links and some barbecue sauce and do it up in the,
That's a good idea.
crock pot.
You mean Saturday
Hey,
night?
that'd be a
That
good
Saturday
idea,
night,
put it in
everybody's
the crock
here.
pot.
No, it's
You're
easy and
talking
everybody
orders?
likes them.
We got a little
Yes.
crock pot and a big crock pot and an extra big.
Bailey, are we still alive and everything? Okay, good.
How much longer we got, David? Now,
You just keep talking. Now, if you weren't in front of the camera and watching the clock, you'd be, because when I come on Saturday morning, you just chortle along for hours.
Well, we don't do it for very long because you always got something to do and leave in 2 hours.
Well, that,
So
2
we
hours,
don't talk more than
2 hours is considerably longer than 45 minutes.
Yeah, I know. But could we talk politics on it?
No, we can't talk
Oh,
politics.
no, we were out to dinner last night with this friend of ours, and he's very Republican, very Sarah Palin Republican, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so he was trying to tell us that,
Oh, God.
and you don't want to fight with him, so you just shut your mouth, but you just think, oh my God, this is an intelligent guy. I mean, this is an intelligent guy. He was saying that, you know that the unemployment is highest in Michigan, and it's very low in Texas. And I said, I understand that. He goes, you know, they pay unemployment benefits in Michigan, but in Texas, they're very stingy with those kind of things. I'm like, Joe, that's federal. I think they pay the same everywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it. Nope. Texas is very, they don't pay stuff. They don't pay all these things. And I mean, he was really insistent, so I just backed off and I go, are you crazy?
Well, see,
I said, don't you think that maybe it has to do with the crumbling of the auto industry?
that's where I was going to go. You know
Yeah.
what? You know, since I deal in industry,
Yeah.
those are my customers. People don't remember that all the tanks and the Jeeps and the airplanes and the motors and the wheels and the transmissions were all made in Toledo and Detroit and Cleveland and Columbus and St. Mary's and
Worth.
Bell Fountain and Worth, Ohio and Cincinnati. I mean, GE and Ford and all those people have incredible factories in that area. And guess what? They're gone.
Yeah.
They're shut down. And there's another layer. Companies that I deal with, there's a company called AAP St. Mary's in St. Mary's, Ohio. And they make, or used to make, they're still open, but in the throes of death, but they made aluminum wheels. They started out making steel wheels for cars, all brands. And now they're making aluminum wheels. There's a steel company in Bell Fountain, Ohio called Dido Metals. And for all the car companies, they made these, they're weird looking little metal pieces, like almost like ovals. They're bowed a little bit, and they're the backs of buttons.
No.
You know, sort of like when you hit, and they do it for Honda and Toyota and everybody. I mean, it's not just General Motors and Chrysler, but all of them. And you go there and they got these little pieces of steel going through these lines, maybe 6 inches wide, and there's like 12 of them, one on top of just line after line of them, and they're running through and they're punching out.
The whole-
They're completely gone. There's another company outside of Columbus called T-Gant, and what T-Gant did is they made plastic mold extrusion parts, you know, like bumpers and all the plastic molded stuff that they use on cars, which there's a ton of it on cars. I mean, if you took them, you'd probably be surprised how much of it there is. They just closed down their Ohio facility altogether and just beefed up their one in Alabama. So, you know, the reason that Detroit has, or Michigan has the highest unemployment, followed closely by Ohio, is well, it's auto now, but it's always been heavy industry. You know, they got the steel out of Pittsburgh.
You know, I
and-
think it's coming back on the television this afternoon. There was a couple of people talking how that it's really coming back good.
You got 3 towns in Michigan that are practically obliterated because of the auto thing. Detroit, Saginaw, and Flint.
Flint was
Well, I
quite,
had-
You
I
could-
had stores,
long ago,
all 3 of those damn
Flint was
towns.
in trouble.
And when they were going on strike or something, you never didn't sell anything. People just sat on their bills.
Well, you know,
And now they haven't got help.
I think-
Saginaw and Flint are like derelict places. you know.
the industry's
Yeah.
coming back very, very slowly, but some of these towns will never come back.
Yeah,
And
you're
the
right
worst
about
part
that.
about it is, these people are in no way prepared to go into other sectors, other fields. You know, they don't have college educations. They're trained to do what they did for the car manufacturing, you know, so they're in really bad shape about getting reemployed. But I was just tickled about him trying, his point was that because Michigan pays unemployment, nobody's going to work. They don't want to go to work.
People are on unemployment
Well, I
because
know what
they're
his
getting
point was, but,
Yeah.
you know, when you get involved with somebody like that, the best thing is to do is just shut up, because
Yeah.
they just haven't got enough brains.
No, the Rust Belt, which is aptly called the Rust Belt,
You know.
is just devastated. It
But
still
years
is.
ago, Flint quit, it was in bad shape financially.
Yeah, but you know, 2-3 years ago, the industry, I mean, I walked through T-Gans factory. I've walked through Diadem Metals. I
Well, that
walked through.
Michael Moore, haven't you been listening to the?
No, I don't listen to Michael Moore. I'm telling you,
Well,
I walked through
He's from
these,
Flint.
I walked through these factories, not in Flint, but in other places that were punching out parts like crazy. Okay? And 18 months later, they're boarded up. Okay, so that's going from a very productive, full capacity, every line running factory to nothing running.
And then just think how that's devastated the middle class.
Well, I was telling you about this. There's a Highway 1187 in Carrollton, Kentucky. You drive down, and it's kind of halfway between Cincinnati and Louisville on I-71. And you drive down this road, and on the south side of the road is a huge Kentucky Utilities power plant. And on the other side of the road, for about 8 miles, you've got Arkema Chemicals, Dow Chemicals, North American Stainless Steel, Gatlin Steel that makes, I was telling you before, make the like bicycle frames and lawnmower decks and that kind of thing. And there was one other, for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. But, you know, North American Stainless is pretty much shut down because people are buying refrigerators and stoves and they're
Yeah.
hanging on what they got.
Yeah,
Gallatin Steel is operating at 50% capacity because, you know, I guess they're still selling some bikes and some lawnmowers. Arkema had just laid off a couple of thousand people, and Dow Chemical had just laid off a couple of thousand people. And we went into all these places, and the last place we went to, because it was on the other side of the road on the way out to I-71, was this Kentucky Utilities power plant. And they have a coal yard. It's a coal-fired plant, which is most of the power plants in our area. But the coal yard, what they call a coal yard, is about 20 feet high and spans probably 4 or 5 football fields. I mean, it's a huge,
Wow.
it's a huge pile of coal, and they have conveyors that they just keep running that coal into the hopper, you know, to fuel the turbines. There wasn't a conveyor belt running. The guy said capacity is down by 75 or 80%. And just imagine all, you know, the Kentucky Utility Power Plant was really built there to fuel all these industries. And there was a few more up and down the road that they service that weren't our customers. But when these plants are closed or shut down by 50 or 60%,
that's a lot.
they're not using power.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, so here are the utilities, which we think are almost, in most people's minds, they're insulated from the economy because we still use electric on our homes and all that stuff. When you've got a steel mill that's cut its capacity by 60%, there aren't enough homes in all of Kentucky to use up that much juice. I mean, these are mega users of power. And it's the backbone, the bread and butter, the foundation, if you will, of these companies. And they're just not doing it.
That's why
That's my
American
thought. I'll get to it
Electric
later.
Power, when
These
they have 500
commentators
shares,
that I talked
cut
to
the dividend in
in-
half.
Yep.
And listen to, in their opinion, it was starting to come back.
Well, I think it is starting to come back, but it's not coming back like it was.
It's gonna come slowly, and it's not going to
Oh,
anywhere near
no.
the peak that we've had. I mean,
David,
I agree.
if you check my phone, it's in my coat pocket, I heard it ringing.
it might be-
Well, see, here's the thing, we're not seeing projects. I mean, so, you know, business will come back a little bit, but it used to be that they would have a $150,000 upgrade project for their boilers, if it was a steam generating facility. Now, it's maybe a $20,000 project because they cut 3 of the boilers out, they're only running 2 of them, and they're robbing parts off the 3 to keep the other 2 running, not spending a dime that they don't have to spend. So, yeah, we're seeing projects this year that we didn't see last year, but we're still not up to
So
2008
it's all
sales.
because people aren't buying because they don't have a job.
I think that that's a good definition of the economy. People don't have money, so they're not spending anything they don't have to.
Craftless. Some of the people
Or
that
both.
are working are just absolutely skittish as they can be, and they're not spending money.
They're not
Unless
spending.
they have to.
That's right.
They tell me-
Especially things like that you don't need to spend.
That's
like
the
that,
point.
that upgrading your house, you know, that just remodeling,
That's all.
having your hallway painted and all that kind of stuff. You just,
They tell me that store brands, places like Aldi's and discount stores are getting all the business now. But they're, well, I should say all, because you go to the department store, you see people in there. But they're
Buying
getting-
what, clothes?
They're off dramatically.
except for that, when was the last time you bought something that wasn't drastically on sale?
I didn't buy it.
Everything's
I would buy it if
always
it's
on
not
sale.
on sale.
Yeah,
Jeez, and I can't believe it. I mean, they give me $39.95 for a shirt, and the $39.95 shirts are
Who is it?
$21.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just the truth of it. I mean, I could go on and on and on, you know.
Your business is really
Be
bad?
careful.
Our business is not good at all. And this Arkema, what a lot of people don't know is how these industries are tiered. They call them second and third tier industries. Arkema, what Arkema does, it's a huge chemical company. And they make the resins and the chemical subcomponents that are used in the paint and finish work for boats and cars and
Cars.
motorcycles and bikes and anything like that. Okay, so if you're not selling boats and cars and motorcycles or things like that, what happens? People don't buy those chemicals. And so you've got 5 plants in a given area. Well, what you do is you close 3 of them because you can supply your customers with 2. And that's what they did. Roman Haas had a big chemical facility, and they do very similar painting and coatings type of chemicals to the industry. They completely shut down their Louisville, Kentucky plant and moved everything into the Knoxville plant. So they haven't gone away, but they've just dramatically cut capacity. So what do? If they need material, they just take the material from the old plant, ship it down to the new plant because they don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
Now, it's not to say that they're not buying anything, because they are still buying some stuff. But if it was a $100,000 account and now it's a $30,000 account, you're still struggling, gang.
Yeah.
Well, I like to think that it's getting better, although probably it's going to take a long time to get as good as it was.
We don't see, here's what we're seeing in our business. And again, our company is Industrial Controls, and that's just what we do. We sell stuff to the people in the industrial community. Our business is better than 2009, but not nearly what it was in 2008.
Uh-huh.
Same with us, same with us. 2009 was horrible. 2010, we're limping along. We're limping along. You know, we're making bills, we're not like biting your nails because we can't pay the help or anything like that, but you can't do anything else.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I mean, it has, you know, to say it's come back, you know, is one thing.
Well, there was 3 commentators on this program, and that's what the 2 of them are saying.
All I know